Now we are going to talk about it. Ahmad Shahidov is joining us here all the way from Azerbaijan, Baku. Mr. Shahidov, thank you so much. I know that we've been talking about it at the night as well, but now, back then when we were talking about it, we didn't know had the Raisi lived or died yet. Now that we had received the declaration of his death, what would you say about the current situation?
Yes, thank you for having me in your program. Today is a very tragedy day for both Iranian and for Azerbaijani people as well, because Ibrahim Raisi was one of the key diplomatic figures inside the Iranian government that put his effort to restore diplomatic dialogue between Iran and Azerbaijan. And we highly appreciate his efforts last months, his meetings with Ilham Aliyev, and as well as Minister of Foreign Affairs of Iran, Abdullahian's efforts is very high in the rebuilding the bridge between Iran and Azerbaijan. Unfortunately, towards the morning today, we received this news about the death, and we just share our condolences to the relatives, the Iranian people. And today, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mr. Ilham Aliyev, also expressed his condolences to Iranian people, Iranian government, and Supreme leader of Iran. Then Minister of Foreign Affairs of Azerbaijan, the Speaker of the Parliament of Azerbaijan, as well as Minister of Defense of Azerbaijan and other officials from Azerbaijani government, they also expressed their condolences to the Iranian counterpart and to Iranian government, to Iranian nation. We share the grief of the Iranian people, the grief of their relatives who were killed in that helicopter where the Ibrahim Raisi and Minister of Foreign Affairs were. It's a very difficult situation because the area where the helicopter of the president were crashed, this is the mountain area around the forest, and we see from the footage of the Akıncı from Turkish side that this is very difficult area with mountains, and even in summer, in spring months, the rains and fog make very difficult to see the distance far from 5 meters. So it's very difficult situation, but thanks to Turkish rescue team, Turkish Night Sea helicopter and Akıncı, in a couple hours, Akıncı found that place where the helicopter of Raisi were crashed. And according to officials from Iranian government, from the first moment of the crash, all crew and president and all people who were in that helicopter were killed, because this is very hard landed area. So that's why it's a tragedy for Iranian people. We once again share their grief and express our condolences. And of course, there are some comments on the reasons of this tragedy. There are some directions to find the reasons of this crash. First of all, one of the reasons that the helicopter that used president is not updated last years, and this model of helicopter made in the United States of America and used during the Vietnam War, and this is the not updated. And because of the international sanctions on Iran last decades, Iranian government had some difficulties and has some difficulties now to get the new version of helicopters, jets, planes, and this is the one of the reasons. Another reason we can say that is maybe political competition inside the Iranian government, because Ibrahim Raisi, as well as Minister of Foreign Affairs Abdullahian, they were known as the innovative political figures who built very constructive dialogue with neighbor countries, as well as Azerbaijan, Turkey, with other countries in the world. But some conservative circles inside the Iranian government, they didn't accept this policy, and that's why they see the Ibrahim Raisi the main obstacle in the policy of conservative circles. This is the one of the version we can comment on. Of course, the main reason and source of this provocation or this may be the external powers, as well as Israel, United States of America, because these two countries are one of the countries that fight against Iran inside Iran and in Iraq, in Syria, the main countries that push Iran many years. So I believe that after a couple of days, the Iranian government will open this black box inside in helicopter, and we will finally learn the main reasons of this crash. But I believe that Iran will continue its policy very strong. We don't want Iran to be weak in this direction, because Iran our neighbor. We wish Iran to be strong. As Khamenei, the supreme religious leader, said that the state policy of Iran will continue, and we believe, and as Azerbaijan, we will continue our cooperation with Iranian government, with Iranian nation. Iran is our main neighbor, brother country, and one of the main players in South Caucasus. It's very important for Azerbaijan. Iran always supported territorial integrity of Azerbaijan, and yesterday during the opening ceremony on state border over the Araz River, Ibrahim Raisi once again expressed the official position of Iran regarding the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan, and expressed their support on returning back our Karabakh and other regions to Azerbaijan back. So we believe that the state policy of Iran regarding the Azerbaijan, regarding the friendship and brotherhood with Azerbaijan and Turkey will be continued no matter who will be the next president of Iran. We will continue our cooperation and neighborhood with Iran in the future as well.
About this, when we consider all of this in the future, as you mentioned, there are so many things that is upcoming right now, and we have so many summits, aren't we? We have G20 coming up, we have G7 coming up, we have United Nations Security Council coming up, and Iran does not have a president. Of course, by the law, the vice president is going to be the president for now. But what would you say about the world diplomacy during this interesting times?
Yes, according to the constitution of Iran, the next 50 days, the first Iran will govern the country, and yesterday Vice President formalized new 6 state committee to govern the country, and new foreign minister of the country was appointed. It's the deputy foreign minister. He was appointed as a foreign minister of Iran. It's the temporary government. But anyway, as supreme religious leader Khamenei said that the foreign policy of Iran will not be changed, and the same policy will be continued. And I believe that Iran is very strong country with its governance tradition, and will not be any changing in the foreign policy of Iran. Iran will continue its foreign policy and will participate in these international platforms you mentioned. So, but after 50 days, there will be next presidential election, and we will see who will be the next president of the Republic of Iran. So,
Mr. Shahidov, I would have to stop you in that. We are, of course, going to go back to this, but right now, President Erdogan is making a speech at an appointment ceremony of judges and public prosecutors. Let's take a look, and we'll be back.
Of course.